nakikita mo tong ginagawa nila tong mga resolution, mahiya kayo sa mga sarili ninyo. Like, alam mo yung para silang napaka-childish nung alam niyo naman eme-eme lang yung eksenahan. Tapos kayo naman binuyo nyo, sige nga magsapa kayo PNP chief saka yung vice mayor. My God, what kind of country we have right now? Where are the adults in the room?
None. And yung pinagmamalaki nyo na yung pinagmamalaki, ay hindi, boxing background dyan si Torre, ganyan. Boys and girls, tsaka mga fans ni Torre, gumising po kayo sa katotohanan. Nakita nyo ba kung paano mag-mix training si Torre? Diyos ko, hingal na hingal. Nakaupo na. Ganun pa rin yung hinga. Diyos ko, he's not even gonna last 1 round. 2 minutes yon of solid punches, solid footwork na labanan. Pagkatapos tingin nyo, tatagal siya sa ganon? Diyos ko, magsipag-gisingan nga kayo. Mamamatay si Torre dyan pag natuloy yan. Diyos ko, at pag hindi natuloy yan, you should actually say thank you to Mayor Baste kasi buhay si Torre. Sakit sa puso noon, lalo na si Justice Leonen pa naglabas ng decision. Sabi ni Eric Coy, ayun. Kasi sobrang naman blatant yung Actually, sa totoo lang hindi nga siya dapat nagtagal eh. Dapat nung nakita yun ng Supreme Court, nag-act na sila dyan immediately eh. Kasi very, very glaring yung errors. Hindi nga dapat tumagal. Yung pagtagal ng conversation tungkol sa unconstitutionality ng impeachment ni Inday is already injustice. Kasi it is something that should have been easy to decide to decide upon. So, sige, parang lumabas yung decision. Sige, thankful na rin ako kasi lumabas eh, di ba? Pero let us not forget na yung time kasi, they put it up in public discussion and they are not acting. They are not saying anything. Nabigyan ng credit yung nabigyan ng dignidad yung yung impeachment. When in fact, dapat at the onset, dapat nag-decide na agad si Supreme Court na, oy, mali yan. Ganon. Diba? Mali yan. So, tawag dito talagang, yun yung isa sa parang nakakalungkot. Kasi nga, ako naiintindihan ko kahit papaano, na yung Supreme Court, malamang tinatakot yan, yan. Miss Joey, soplakin mo si Shelo Magno, mali daw ang desisyon ng SC. Diyos ko, 13-0 na nga. Hindi na SC ang last resort ni Shelo. Sino last resort niyan? The sole jurisdiction, the sole authority in deciding whether an action is constitutional or not is the Supreme Court. There's no one else. Hindi ko alam kung anong tinitingnan nilang batas or libro or whatever. Wala, ano lang yung Supreme Court lang yan. Judiciary lang ang magde-decide if certain matter is constitutional or not. That is a question that is within the sole authority of the Supreme Court. Wala siyang kahati dyan sa power na yan. Ayun. Mas nakakahiya ang SC kung i-grant niya ang impeachment ni VP ISD. That is correct. So sa totoo lang ako, parang itong decision ng Supreme Court na to, sige, salamat na rin dahil finally naglabas na kayo. Pero magkalinawan lang po tayo I'm still very frustrated and disappointed dun sa fact na yung mga public interest issues sa Supreme Court ay hindi nila dinidesisyonan ng mabilisan. Maybe the Supreme Court is receiving pressure from the legislature and the executive. I think yun talaga yan eh. Kasi otherwise, what will stop you from doing your job? You know, the people in the Supreme Court, they are the best and the brightest Filipinos. Matatalino yan. Imposibleng matatagalin magsulat sa mga desisyon na alam naman nila na within their expertise. It's not gonna take them that long to sort out. So kaya sila natatagalan dyan kasi may nagme-medal. May nagpe-pressure sa kanila. So I really hope that the Supreme Court would find a way to fight their space in this government. 'Di ba? Ayun. So sabi ni August Summer, Miss Joey, you're fighting for the same cause as the person you had conflict with. August Summer, ito hindi ko maintindihan sa inyo eh. Ito hindi, yung kayo, nagmomoral-moral kayo. Tapos yung Joey mo pa sa akin, Joey. Ayun. Ito yung hindi nyo maintindihan. Hindi po natin kakampi si Maharlika. Okay? Hindi natin kakampihan si Maui. Hindi natin kakampihan si 167. Gumising-gising na kayo. At kayo, wag nyo akong minomoral-moral. Wag kayo nagmamoral high horse sa akin kung hindi nyo naman nasundan yung buong issue. Quiet na lang. Ngayon, if you want to talk about this, umakyat kayo. Papakitaan ko kayo ng ebidensya. Pinagkakatiwalaan nyo ako, nakikinig kayo sa akin pagka nilalabanan ko yung mga maling ginagawa ng gobyerno. Pagkatapos tingin nyo, gagawin ko lang to dahil trip-trip ko lang. Gagawin ko lang to dahil wala akong ebidensya, ganon. Diyos ko, hindi nga po natin kakampi ang mga yan. Oportunista yung mga yan. Maharlika is for Maharlika. Diyos ko. Actually, yan na yung mga banat nila ngayon. Kasi nga, palubog na sila eh. No one trust them eh. So, ang ginagawa nila, ang strategy na ngayon itong grupo ng team scammer nila Maharlika, ang diskarte na nila is, ano ang tawag dito, kung lulubog kami, sasama kita Joey, parang ganon. Parang hindi, wag mong awayin ang kakampi natin. Hindi po natin kakampi yung mga yan, Diyos ko. Hindi natin kakampi yung mga yan. So, tigil-tigilan nyo ako dyan sa mga moral high horsing ninyo na, wag mong awayin ang kakampi, hindi po natin kakampi yan. Diyos ko. Kung kakampi natin yan, bakit tinitira si Just Egan at saka si MJ at saka si Crisette? Diyos ko. Ayan, ba't may Marimar Joey? Labas na ba si Fulgoso para kagatin ng bangat? Ayan. Miss Joey, lakas hatak ni Mayor Baste for President. Feeling ko lang, sabi ni Rick Aquatic. Ayan. Ay, naka-join rin sa FB, sabi ni Ike Ferraren. Oo nga, Joey, sige Darian, nagrarant na puro appointed daw ni FPRRD ang nasa Supreme Court. Actually, sa totoo lang, kung panay appointee ni PRRD ang mga nasa Supreme Court at because of this decision, parang, I'm very disappointed sa mga appointees ni PRRD kasi parang, hello, diba? Si PRRD nag-appoint sa inyo pagkatapos hinayaan ninyo na balahurain yung karapatan niya, nakidnapin yung tao. Pagkatapos ang idadahilan ng ibang mga legal observers ay because the remedy that was sought is incorrect. Hindi naman kasi ganun magdesisyon ng Supreme Court eh. Actually, ang general rule is that, of course, you have to follow the procedure set out by the Supreme Court. Yung rules of court. At saka mag-avail ka ng mga proper remedies according to the promulgation of the rules according to the promulgated rules of the Supreme Court. Yan naman talaga yung general rule. However, okay, meron kasi tayong mga tinatawag na issue of transcendental importance. At pagdating sa mga ganyang issue, ibabrush aside ng Supreme Court yung mga rules na yan. They're going to decide based on what is right, what is just, and what is proper. Kung ang sinasabi nila na yung Supreme Court, hindi mga appointee ni PRRD, Diyos ko, hinayaan nga nila makulong si PRRD despite the glaring violation of constitutional rights of PRRD. Diba? So, ako, I really think that, sa totoo lang, I think this decision of the Supreme Court is also about their survival. It is also about their survival. Because majority of the Supreme Court justices, they are still going to be justices while Inday Sara is president. And because no one can stop Inday Sara presidency, okay? Because no one can stop Inday Sara presidency, they have to decide on this first. Because they do not want to be on the bad side of Inday Sara. Ganon. So, I really feel, ako, sarili kong ang opinion ko kasi dito, the reason why, ito yung isa sa mga unang desisyonan ng Supreme Court ng public interest cases is because they are also trying to to preserve themselves. Because if Inday Sara is going to be our president in 2028, gaganti yan. Hello, Brad! Sabaw ko kay Baste, naawa yata kay Tata. Eto na, mga tropa ko NNA! Andito na mga tropa kong MMA fighter. Brad, aminin mo Brad. Kalaro ko to sa jiu-jitsu eh. Aminin mo Brad, yung akyat ka na Sas. Akyat ka. Teka, senda ko lang si Sas ng Aminin mo Brad, yung suntok ni Torre, pang 12 rounds ba yon? Marvin Flor, aminin mo. Aminin na, Brad. Objective lang. Kasi pa ba si Alanganin nga third round eh. I don't think he can finish the first round. Pucha kahit free suntok, di tatalab yan. Walang power yung suntok niya, no? Tapos nakaganon na yung mitts. Ilang segundo nang nakaganon yung mitts, hindi pa sumusuntok. Hindi pa sumusuntok si Torre. Pinagloloko tayo nito ni Torre. Pagkatapos, ito namang buong mainstream media. At saka ito, even the Teka. Itong Brad ko na to, nag-organize din to ng mga fight event eh. Gano'ng kahirap kumuha ng permit sa GAB para sa mga fight events. Legit fighters ha? Legit fighters, nagta-training talaga, gym affiliated. Meron mga legitimate fighting event. Ganyan. Wala, nakakaawa lang yun, nakupusis. Ayan. Pagkatapos, ang yun kasi syempre, ang game and amusement board, ano yan, hindi ka po pwedeng mag-approve ng mga games na skewed talaga. Yung parang, alam mo kung sino yung mananalo at kung sino yung matatalo. Ganon. Kaya katarantaduhan tong ginawa ng teka lang, isan ko lang yung link kay Sas. Yung ginawa ng Gab, katarantaduhang malaki yun. Sobrang katarantaduhang malaki yun kasi yung Gab, hindi yan basta-basta magbibigay ng permit na na merong isang dehadong-dehado. Putang ina, dehadong-dehado si Torre dyan. Si Torre, ginagago na lang tayo sa showmanship niya. Yung jogging-jogging sa ulan. Lol, Torre! Hindi ka bibilis tumakbo dahil nag-jogging ka. Hindi ka bibilis na sumuntok dahil nag-jogging ka. Diyos ko, hindi mo nga mahabol yung meat training mo eh. Ayun, teka lang ha. Wait lang. Ayun. So anyway, ayun, teka nga, na tayo na, pupunta tayo sa iba-ibang mga topic. Anuhin muna natin. Tapusin muna natin itong tapusin muna natin tong kay Torre at saka dito kay Baste. Kasi tapos saka natin balikan ulit tong kay Inday Sara. Kasi that's going to be the topic for the entire conversation, for the entire live. Pero yung dito kay Baste at saka kay Torre, masyado na nilang OA na eh. Nung nakita ko na yung Gab nagbigay ng permission, tangina, 55 years old, papalaban mo sa 36 years old, mamamatay si Torre dyan. Pagkatapos binigyan nyo ng lisensya? Talaga? Talaga ba? Sobrang hirap maghingi ng kasi ang daming requirements niyan eh. Sobrang ang hirap-hirap kumuha sa inyo ng permit, hindi madaling kumuha ng permit sa inyo. Sa Gab. Pagkatapos bilang, hello. Wow. hello, cosmological woman of the universe. Ayan. Sabi ni Marvin Flores,
everyone, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you well. Sabi ni Marvin Flores, sa totoo lang, sa sitwasyon ng galaw niya, makakasuntok, pero power wala. Ang pagtanggap pa ng katawan niya ng suntok, naku po, honest lang. Ayan. Ito si Marvin Flores, kalaro ko yan, kajujitsu ko yan. Ayan. So, yun. Ang tawag dito, so, ano ko lang, yung daanan lang natin tong issue na to. Kasi, OA na yung pag-hype. Sobrang sobrang obvious na parang, do you really just want to see an event na alam naman natin na lang talaga yan, na distraction lang talaga yan, diversion lang talaga yan. Pero ino-eya na nila ng bongga. Sobrang ino-eya na nila ng bongga na parang, wow, talaga may Gab may pag-Gab resolution na talaga. May pag-Gab resolution na for this. As in, I cannot really fathom na, well, ganun lang kayo kabilis ganun lang kayo kabilis magbigay ng Gab resolution on this. Diba? Ganun lang kayo kabilis magbigay ng resolution for this one. Samantalang yung mga fight events na sponsored ng mga iba't ibang gym na meron talagang legit na fight athlete, hirap na hirap kumuha dyan. Sabi ni Jackson, Madam Joey DDS ang Gab, papatayin nila si Torre. Sabi Actually, sa isang banda, iniisip ko, bakit kaya hinahype ng bonggang-bongga nitong mainstream media yung Tapos even yung travel ni Baste ha, mind you, ako aware ako dyan sa travel na yan ni Baste. Kasi scheduled yan matagal na yan nakaschedule So parang, nagulat ako na parang wow, talaga? Talaga ba? Meron kayong flight details and it's very alarming ha kasi yung NBI ang nagsabi, kinumpirma ng NBI na kineme ganyan. Parang hello Sir Jimmy Santiago, why would you even use your power to inquire on the whereabouts of Mayor Baste Duterte? Parang intrusion na yan ng bonggang-bongga from the government ha. Tapos pati yung flight details niya publish na. And the goal is really to make Mayor Baste look like he's a coward. Ganon. Like what I said yesterday, ang tunay na duwag ay yung partido, okay? Ito si Sas nakipagsapakan to na nasa San Bedo pa siya, di ba? Di ba Sas nakipagsapakan ka no? Di ba experience sa sapakan? Hello, Sas? Di ba nagkwento ka noon before? Ano ka experience sa sapakan? Nakipagsapakan ka nung high school ka?
Oo, pero hindi ko alam mo tong ginagawa nila tong mga resolution. Mahiya nga kayo sa mga sarili ninyo. Like, alam mo yung para silang napaka-childish nung alam niyo naman eme-eme lang yung eksinahan. Tapos kayo naman, binuyo nyo, sige nga magsapakan yung PNP chief saka yung vice mayor. My God, what kind of country we have right now?
True. Sa totoo lang. Obviously, it's just a...
Where are the adults? Where are the adults in the room?
None. And in fact, ito yung nakaka-frustrate kasi even Ping Lacson is trying to bet on the fight. Sobrang ako sa totoo lang, okay? Because sometime in my life, I am also a fighter, okay? I am also a fighter. So kung akong tatanungin mo, yung selfish interest ko dito, taka na, sige na, sapakan na para makita natin dito kung sino matigas dito. Gusto ko yan. Yun yung selfish interest ko, ganon. Yun yung selfish interest ko. Kasi alam ko talaga na I think anyone who has a decent training would know that Torre has nothing on Baste, lalo na kung boxing. Eh nakakataka nga dyan, bakit boxing? Dapat bare knuckle. Diba? Kung tapang, bakit may gloves? Bare knuckle. Diba? So ngayon, yung isang side ko, yung fighter side ko, I really felt na, putang ina, patulan ka, mamamatay ka dyan. Mamamatay ka dyan, Torre. Hindi mo kami makukuha sa showmanship mo. Hindi mo kami makukuha sa mga etchos mo na, ay, nung kabataan ko. Girl, okay? Kung kahit pa sabihin natin na meron kang training nung kalakasan mo sa PNP, 55 years old ka na. Wala kang hangin. Mamamatay ka. Mamamatay ka dito. Pagkatapos, ito namang mga mainstream media, todo patol, of course, you want to hype it, you want to ganyan, eme, ganyan. That's exactly what you wanted. But, ang dito is that, yung ginamit nyo na rin lahat ng resources, just to embarrass Mayor Baste. And that is when it gets really, parang hindi naman talaga kayo, hindi naman talaga kayo seryoso. Kung talaga seryoso kayo dito sa laban na to, okay? Kung talaga seryoso kayo dito sa laban na to, square lang, di ba? Where and when? Ngayon, bakit hindi nyo tinatakil yung condition ni Baste? Diba? Bakit hindi nyo inaan yung condition ni Baste dyan, yung hair follicle test? Ang condition lang naman ni Baste, sabihin ni Torre, dun kay BBM na, BBM, you should say you should declare that all elected politicians, all elected officers, all elected government officials should undergo hair follicle test. Ngayon, it doesn't mean papayag si Bongbong Marcos. Pero you do the condition, you tell your boss. Diba? Kasi hindi naman natin sakla kung oo si Bongbong o hindi eh. But Torre must do it. 'Di ba? Kung talagang seryoso kayo diyan at gusto niyo ituloy yan, bakit ayaw niyo i-capture yung Ayaw niyo i-capture yung condition ni Baste? Nagbigay ng condition, boxing ang gusto niya eh. Bakit hindi bare knuckle? Bakit hindi MMA? O di kaya bakit hindi taekwondo or karate do, which I think parang may training diyan may training si Baste diyan eh. 'Di ba? So, ngayon parang yung pinagmamalaki niyo na hindi, boxing background diyan si Torre, ganyan. Boys and girls, tsaka mga fans ni Torre, gumising po kayo sa katotohanan. Nakita niyo ba kung paano mag-mix training si Torre? Diyos ko, hingal na hingal. Nakaupo na. Ganun pa rin yung hinga. Diyos ko, he's not even gonna last 1 round. 2 minutes yon of solid punches, solid footwork na labanan. Pagkatapos tingin niyo, tatagal siya sa ganon? Diyos ko, magsipag-gisingan nga kayo. Mamamatay si Torre dyan pag natuloy yan. Diyos ko, at pag hindi natuloy yan, you should actually say thank you to Mayor Baste kasi buhay si Torre. So, wag niyo akong bullshit na, duwag, umatras, kineme, ganyan. Dinadaan lang kayo sa showmanship ni Torre. Hindi talaga, Diyos ko po, I swear, okay? I swear, kahit sino na merong decent training sa fighting, pati yung takbo ni Torre, Diyos ko. Kakaloka. Anyway, so yun na nga ginawa ninyo. Speaking of PNP life, parang hihimatayin pa ata nila, hihintay pa yata nila matapos ang 3 years bago manalo-talo man kabutihan. Nagpaplano na ata mag-migrate sa ibang bansa. Kaya parang nakatingin lang sila ngayon. Ayun. Sabi ni Sian, this is just a diversion of the real issue of our country. Exactly. And nung naglabas na yung gab ng parang syndicated and of course this is a reaction doon sa very very spicy na episode ng Basta Dabawenyo noong I think nung Sunday, yung very very spicy na na episode ni Mayor Baste. Doon yun lang naman yun gusto yung dikdikin kasi hindi nyo mapaluhod, so gusto ninyo para kung gising sa katotohanan. Diyos ko, yung mga nagsasabi na maduduwag si Baste doon. It is not as if suntukan lang ang mangyayari dyan. Kung suntukan lang talaga yan na fair and square, wala pong binatbat dyan si Torre. Doon lang po tayo sa totoong usapan. Doon lang tayo
Hello, nakakaloka. Hello, nakakaloka. I cannot unsee the push-ups of Torre. Like, alam mo, sabi ko na lang na ang lakas ng loob mo pag-exercising yung mga pulis mo, tapos nagpakuha ka pang nagpo-push up. Pre, hindi ganun mag-push up. Mali yung form mo. Mali. Oh my God, sa push up.
Kahit 100 ka ba ganun, magagawa mo yung 100. Walang reps. Walang repetition. Diyos ko. Tapos meron pa siya yung nag-shadow box siya. Ganun yung suntok. Ewan ko sa'yo, Torre. Ewan ko sa'yo, sir. Diyos ko. Bang-bang push-ups. Ayo, pinatotohanan ng kasibihang tumandang paatras. Yeah, kasi yeah, PNPA si Torre, hindi PMA. Correct. Ayun. So, parang, Diyos ko po naman. Ang nakaka-disappoint si Ping Lacson kasi parang ikaw naman Ping, nakita mo yung boxing ni Baste, nakita mo yung boxing ni Torre, talaga pupusta ka. Senador ka pa naman. Kasi si Ping Lacson, if he's going to say something, since sitting senator siya, ganyan, magkakaroon ng credibility yung match up. Kasi military guy, ineme, ganyan. Pero, naku naman, sir! Huwag tayo maglokohan dito, di ba? I'm pretty sure you were asked to do this in order to, systematically demolish Baste. Ayan. Agree ako, kaloka yung push-up. Hinubad na ni Torre ang maskara niya. Talagang anti-DDS lang talaga siya. Sabi ni Erson Ariola. Ayun. Sabi ni Jax Wang, Madam Joey, si Ping DDS rin yan. Gusto niya Okay, sige na nga. Pwede, no? Pwede yung pala yung yung pala talaga yung yan talaga yung ang pangalan nito? Yun talaga yung parang intention ni Ping Lacson. Kanino ba pumusta si Ping Lacson kay Diwata? Hindi ko sure, hindi ko alam kung kanino siya pumusta. Ganon. Parang nalasing after ng training. Gusto ko lang mayakap ni Torre si Mayor Baste. So, anyway, so yun. Ano na yan? Ang tawag dito, wala na yan. Pagkatapos yung sobrang ng pag-play out ng mainstream media na nagpunta na si fight or flight, ganyan. Parang, ang mag-iisip lang na merong duwag-duwag dito, yung mga hindi marunong, yung mga hindi naman nagte-training, at saka hindi naman nakaranas ng sapakan sa buhay nila. Yun lang yun. Ganun. So yung mga comment, merong ganyan, ineme, ganyan. Yung mga fighters who knows their skill level, at pagka meron silang nakita rin na kalaban, alam nila na sobrang layo ng skill level. Hindi rin pumapayag yung mga ganong klaseng tao. Ano yan yung mga fighter ganun yan May mga dignidad sila dun sa skills nila. Diyos ko. So, Diyos ko po naman. As if we're talking about a fight na talagang dissenting papanoorin. Sabi ni Ignis, pag yan na pa nga si Torre, wala yan. Ang baba ng depensa niya, hindi nakataas yung kamao. True. Tapos parang meron ring statement yung nagtitrain sa kanya na mabagal na siya talaga. Ganon. Mabagal naman na siya talaga. Magiging walking target lang talaga siya. Magiging walking punching bag lang siya talaga. Miss Joey, hindi na aabot sa laban si Torre. Sa training pa lang matitigop na siya. Oo. Pagkatapos parang bakla, yung jogging mo. jogging mo before Araneta Coliseum, it's not gonna do anything. Wala nang idadagdag yan sa kondisyon mo. Wala idadagdag sa kondisyon mo yan. Diyos ko, pinaglolo mo kami. Ayun, yung hindi nakaranas ng fist fight, either in sports of street fighting, yun ang mas malakas mag-heckling, sabi ni Ignis. True. Dapat pag meron lang. Kung di ba kayo nakaranas ng fight sports, o di kaya hindi kayo nakaranas ng fight sports, o di kaya hindi kayo nakaranas ng street fight, yung gloves off talaga na street fight, ayan, kung di ako nakaranas ng ganyan, quiet lang. Ayun. So anyway, yun lang. Ayun, punta na tayo sa ng Supreme Court. Nag-announce sa Supreme Court today that they already decided doon sa unconstitutionality ng impeachment ni Inday Sara. Like I said earlier, I think this decision, above anything else, involves the preservation of the Supreme Court. Kasi, ang daming public interest cases tapos ito yung inuna nila. Ito yung pinaka-inuna ng ayan. Punta tayo sa page ni Atty. Trixie, na dun yung pinost niya kasi to. Ayan. So, I really think na, kaya yan inuna talaga ng Supreme Court dahil nga, hindi nila mapipigil ang Inday Sara presidency sa 2028 It's going to be a coronation night, I think, ang 2028. So, to be honest, I think there are marami namang public interest cases. Maraming mga of varying importance, I think the impeachment of Inday Sara is important. But I think if I am going to measure the importance of other public interest cases, mas mataas yung sa iba kaysa itong kay Inday. Ganun. Kasi this also involves Inday's future eh. Of course, syempre tayo, magmamatter kasi iboboto natin si Inday sa 2028. Pero ibig ko sabihin, the interest is very very inchoate pa. Ganun. So hindi siya talaga parang, hindi ito yung parang, in terms of kung ano yung pinaka-urgent, lahat yan urgent. Pero hindi ito yung top one. I think the top one should be the budget. The 2025 GAA. The 2025 GAA. Yun ang talagang napaka-importante. Ganun. So anyway, while important naman tong while important tong decision na to, sabi ni Jax Wong, I disagree Madam Joey kasi ito po time-bound. It doesn't matter Jax Wong, kahit mag-decide sila ng December. Kasi hindi man tatakbo yung impeachment hanggat may kaso pa sa Supreme Court At saka mas lalong time-bound yung GAA. Ubos na yung GAA Naubos na yung pera nun. Yun ang time-bound kasi na-disburse na lahat ng pera. Pati mga unconstitutional insertion, nagastos ng lahat. Yun ang pinaka-time-bound. Diba? Yun ang pinaka-time-bound. So, I think yung GAA, PhilHealth, Maharlika Investment Fund, at saka itong impeachment ni Inday, these are all public interest cases. Okay? Urgent yan lahat, okay? Wala naman ako sinasabi na hindi yan urgent. Lahat yan urgent. Pero between all urgent cases, public interest cases, ang pinaka-importante dyan is the GAA case. Ganon. Kasi nung final yan, February pa. Hindi pa na-disburse yung pera. Hanggang sa na-disburse na lahat ng pera, nagastos na lahat ng pera. So ngayon, paano mo napipigilan yan? Paano mo napipigilan ang paggastos niyan? Pagkatapos, by the time na magde-decide sila, yung mga may kasalanan, wala na sa pwesto. Diba? So, ngayon, kaya nga ang sabi ko, itong decision ito ng Supreme Court na ito, the reason why they chose to decide on the impeachment case of Inday, and I thank them for that, I think it has something to do with self-preservation of the Supreme Court. Kasi maraming Supreme Court maraming Supreme Court justices dyan that are going to be still a Supreme Court justice kapag kasi Inday na ang presidente. And they do not want to they do not want to be on the bad side of Inday. Ayun. So, for me, lahat ng kaperahan dapat mas urgent yun Mas urgent yun kesa dito Ganon. Sabi ni Valentino Ogali, no, pag hindi nagdesisyon agad ang SC, baka pilitin ng kalaban na masimulan ang impeachment trial. Be that as it may, Valentino Ogali, we have the numbers in the Senate. So kahit pilitin nila na mag-trial doon, our defenses are actually all built from all fronts. Meron tayong mga defenses doon. So, ibig ko sabihin parang, syempre, madi-disappoint tayo kung hindi nag-decide yung Supreme Court. Pero, I mean, kung meron, sa pagdating, kung kunwari, sa Senate, gumalaw sa Senate yung impeachment na yan, meron tayo doong number. Okay? Pagkatapos, hindi naman nawawala yung possibility na magde-decide yung Supreme Court. Pagkatapos, nag-decide yung Supreme Court on the GAA. Diba? Nakikita nyo ba yung mas marami tayong wins? Mas marami tayong wins kung nag-decide sila on the GAA, kahit pa sabihin natin na medyo madelay-delay ng onti yung decision nila sa impeachment, sabihin natin gawin nilang October, ganyan, October, November, ganyan. Kahit gawin nilang ganung moment, okay? Kahit gawin nilang, kasi wala kasi binigyan na rin naman nila ng time na hindi mag-decide dyan Sa totoo lang, the mere fact na February, pagkatapos ngayon lang sila nag-decide, they already legitimized the issue on impeachment Ganun. So, ngayon, from then on, since hindi ka na nag-decide dyan automatically, hindi ka na nag-decide dyan urgently, it doesn't change the fact na hindi kayo nag-decide agad-agad. So, ibig ko sabihin, yung lugi natin doon, it doesn't matter anymore if they're going to decide now, on November, on December, on October, or in January 2026. Pero kung nag-decide sila agad, doon sa GAA, diba, it will spring a lot of cases against the public officials who are involved in that unconstitutional budget. Ganun. Sabi ni Amy, Joey, may sinabi si Senator Villanueva na tuloy ang impeachment sa August 4, 2025. At dahil sa recently SC decision, hindi natuloy ang August 4 ni Sen Villanueva, di ba, Joey? Sabi ni, how can they start the impeachment process? Wala nga silang jurisdiction. The Supreme Court already said it is unconstitutional because they did not acquire jurisdiction. Ngayon, ang Supreme Court is the ultimate arbiter of any constitutional questions. So I do not know how they're going to justify that. Kasi kapag kunwari, hindi re-respetuhin ng legislative ang judiciary, then we have a constitutional crisis here. Eh, hindi naman pala kayo makikinig sa Supreme Court, mga putang ina nyo eh. Diba? Ayun. So yun lang. Gusto niyo bang basahin to? Itong ano natin, no? I-anahin natin para maintindihan natin kung ano yung dahilan ng Supreme Court kung bakit dineclare nilang unconstitutional. So in the press release of the Office of Spokesperson ng Supreme Court of the Philippines, basahin natin so that we would all know the reason. Ayan. So sabi ng Supreme Court, House impeachment complaint versus VP Sara Duterte barred by 1-year rule due to the process of fairness applies during all stages of impeachment process. Our fundamental law is clear. The end does not justify the means. There is a right way to do the right thing at the right time. This is what the rule of just law means. This is what fairness or due process of law means, even for impeachment. In a unanimous decision today, July 25, the Supreme Court en banc declared the articles of impeachment against Vice President Sara Z. Duterte unconstitutional, noting that it is barred by the 1-year rule under Article 11, Section 3.5 of the Constitution, and that it violates the right to due process enshrined in the Bill of Rights. Ayun, yung 1-year bar rule itong tinutukoy na Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 5. Therefore, the Senate could not acquire jurisdiction over impeachment proceedings. However, the court said it is not absolving Vice President Duterte from any of the charges against her. But any subsequent impeachment complaint may only be filed starting February 6, 2026. So, yung declaration dito is that, yung yung impeachment na final ninyo, wala na yan. Pero pwede pa kayong mag-file ng impeachment sa susunod na taon starting February 6, 2026. So, kumbaga, ang nakuha lang talaga natin dito sa desisyon na to is that hindi na tayo mababother sa impeachment issue ni Inday until February 5, 2026. Okay? Until February 5, 2026. February 6, 2026 onwards, pwede na ulit mag-file ng impeachment complaint ang mga honghang. Okay? So what does that mean? Ibig sabihin, hindi ito guarantee na hindi na sila mag-file ng impeachment kay Inday ever again. Okay? But of course, because of the declaration of unconstitutionality ng impeachment ni Inday Sara, okay? I think it's going to be more difficult for them to mount another impeachment complaint against VP Inday. Kasi simula nung ginawa nila ito kay Inday, nung simulan nila itong impeachment na to nung December 2024 hanggang ngayon, hindi naman natibag ang popularity ni Inday at ang trust rating ni Inday. So I think as time goes by, kapag uulitin nila ito, it's going to be more expensive, it's going to be more difficult to mount another impeachment complaint because those 215 congressmen who signed the impeachment complaints sa House of Representatives, many of them suffered irreparable loss. Mga natalo sa election, mga ganyan-ganyan. It really affects their political career. So if they're going to do another impeachment, February 6 moving forward, magiging sobrang level up niyan. Mas magastos, magiging sobrang magastos, magiging sobrang tindi magiging preparation nila dyan, and it's going to be very, very difficult to mount it. That I can assure everyone. Ganon. Kasi hindi na po pwede yung ginawa nyo ganito na barabarang kailangan pag-prepare nyo yan. Ang disadvantage nun is that because they have time to prepare. Kasi ngayon na nga siya na-declare na unconstitutional ngayong July na siya na-declare na unconstitutional. So ibig sabihin palpak na to. Ibig sabihin from July, ngayong araw na ito, up until January of 2026, they can start consolidating their resources and see what they have. Diba? In order to mount another...
So magbabayad din naman tayo.
True. Ayan. So kaya nga sabi ko, itong urgency, itong unang pagdesisyon ng Supreme Court na unconstitutional itong impeachment ni Inday. Meron din siyang kumbaga parang it's really a survival decision sa part ng SC. Ganun. That's how I look at it. Ayan. Sabi ni Miss Laika, far-fetched na yan. Need na nila mag-prepare sa election. Di Inday pag di na-impeach, automatic panalo yan. Malaking sugal yan for them. Yeah, it's going to be very difficult. Pero I don't think it's going to be impossible, Mami Laika. If magtutuloy sila dyan, they're going to give everything they got in order to impeach Inday. Pero kapag hindi sila naging successful sa susunod na taon, pag hindi sila naging successful doon, at saka pag kunwari talagang grabe yung naging suporta ng masa kay Inday, sa 2026, 2027, wala na, na lang sila, mag-cower na lang sila. Ganun. It's either full-blown war ang gagawin nila sa 2026, 2027 for the impeachment, or they just going to cower, accept the fact that Inday is going to win in 2028. Ayun. Ganun. Yes, Sas, meron ka reaction?
Well, ang reaction ko dyan, I think it has to be pointed out that the main ponente is Justice Leonen. na siguro siya na yung pinaka-pink sa ating mga judges. And nakakaloka na yung mga pink, imbierno sila dun sa decision na si Yonen ang nagsulat, no? And may theory naman ako kung bakit ganyan ang posture ni Justice Yonen na aminin niyo, no? Si Justice Yonen ang may mga pinaka-eloquent na mga orbiter, di ba? Yeah. Di ba aminin niyo, no? Emotionally,
it's really eloquent.
Alam mo, emotionally evocative talaga ang mga orbiter ni Yonen. Kaya nga marami ring mga lawyer na imbierno sa kanya kasi grabe kasi ang rhetorical flourishes ni
drama
ni Justice Yonen. Well, wala na kayong magagawa dyan, no? Dahil Justice Yonen is very, sabihin na natin, very lyrical, no? Very lyrical magsulat si Justice Yonen. Kaya, alam mo yung kaya sinasabi ko yung decision niya noon na anti-EDCA, that's going to be one of the classics. Ikaw ba naman, umpisa mo ba naman yung decision mo ng quote from General Luna? Sabi ko, kakaiba talaga si Justice Yonen. Now, what can I say about this? Well, shout out to Palsis because ang kaso mo na nagkaroon dito ng nagkaroon ng starring role.
Talaga ba?
Parang mo ba yun? Oo, in-invoke ni Justice Yonen.
Gigil talaga si Justice Yonen, Palsis, ano? Alam mo, ano yan? Gigil yan. That's how they clap back.
Siya naman yun.
Kinote dun sa press release?
Yes. So ang eksena niyan, okay, ang eksena ng mga yan is ayun na nga. I believe kaya dito natin masasabi na bright talaga si Senator Alan Cayetano. Shout out to Senator Alan Cayetano. Alam mo 'yon, yung 'di ba ang unang gusto ni Bato is to dismiss the impeachment complaint. Okay. Tapos 'di ba nag-intervene si Senator Alan Cayetano sa'yo, APC bongga ka dito. Sabi niya, wag nating i-dismiss. Di ba parang ganun, wag i-dismiss, i-remand, ibabalikin doon to actually ayusin nila tong eksena ng buhay ninyo. I believe,
what do you believe?
I believe the wisdom there is meron kasing nakabinbin na Supreme Court case. Hindi pa lumalabas. And I think they want para bang sure ba ang actions natin? Diba? Sure ba yung actions natin? Kasi pag dinismiss mo, baka yan ang ma-question sa Supreme Court. Yung pag-dismiss ng complaint. Ngayon, kung itutuloy natin itong impeachment trial, magiging moot and academic na yung Supreme Court case. Kasi nag-acquire ka na ng jurisdiction. Alam mo yon, magiging complicated na. Alam mo yan? So ngayon, lumabas na yung Supreme Court decision. Okay, ano gagawin natin? Mag-acquire ba tayo ng jurisdiction o hindi? Ngayon, yung sinasabi nila na, sabi nga di ba ni Soto, sino pa yung iba nagsabi na gusto nila na ituloy? Or saka si Bam? Si Bam din ba yung nagsabi na?
Bam, yes. Oo. They want to proceed with the trial.
Hindi pati ata si Bam. Proceed with the trial. Well, you can do that. Kasi, alam mo namang wala namang pigil sa iyo, please pupunta na papigilan yung tayo. No? But the thing is, magkakaroon ka ngayon ng constitutional crisis. Okay? Now you have, actually we already have a full-blown constitutional crisis. The country is no longer the same. No? Dahil sa mga kagahaman ninyo gusto nyong maging presidente, you really would like to risk the country towards a constitutional crisis. We actually already have that. No, we already have a constitutional crisis. The House of Representatives do not accept it. They have a different interpretation of the Constitution. Ngayon, kung itutuloy ng Senate, and you have a full-blown Congress who do not agree with the interpretation of the Constitution by the body that has been delegated the sole power to interpret the Constitution. Now, saan nga yung pupunta to? Okay? Pag tinuloy niya yung impeachment trial, sino mag-resolve ng constitutional crisis impasse? Sino? Okay, Joey, basahin mo ang article sa Constitution kung nasaan ang sovereignty ng Pilipinas. Where does it emanate? Kailangan eksakto tayo.
We, the sovereign people. In the people. It emanates from the...
Article 1.
Well, nasa preamble yun?
Hindi siya preamble. Article talaga siya mismo. Nasa article, may article talaga siya mismo.
Ay, nasa Declaration of Principles. Teka lang. Ayan, so Article 2, Section 1, the Philippines as a democratic and republican state, sovereignty resides in the people, and all government authority emanates from them.
Okay, ngayon, because government authority emanates from the people, kung mayroong constitutional crisis, who will resolve it?
O, di tayo na.
Who will resolve it if you have a constitutional crisis? People na. So now, this is now an impetus for a people power. And the armed forces of the Philippines will have to protect the people when that happens, because it is already the people taking the reign of the Constitution, of taking in the reign. Wala namang arbiter between the Supreme Court, Congress, and the executive. The arbiter is the people, because the sovereignty resides in the people.
Correct.
And the authority of
all powers emanate from it.
The Congress and executive emanate from the people. Nagigets nyo na. So ngayon, ihanda nyo, this is now the opportunity for everyone to take this seriously. We have a constitutional crisis. So the only one that can resolve this constitutional crisis is the source of government authority.
If they're going to push for the impeachment trial, if they're going to push for the impeachment trial, it's gonna call for constitution. It is going to be a constitutional crisis, and at that point, the ultimate arbiter is going to be the people. So ngayon, kaya dapat itong mga senador na to, they have to be very, very careful sa pinagkukukudan nila. They have to be really careful. Ako sa totoo lang, I do not want to disturb them while making a mistake. Patakin na.
Pero yun na nga, meron ka ng full-blown constitutional crisis. Kasi nga, ayan ang eksena niyan. Kahit ituloy niya sa Senate, if the Senate will disregard the Supreme Court decision, itutuloy nila kahit against sa Constitution yung impeachment, then, you now have a full-blown constitutional crisis. Kasi kanino makikinig yung mga tao about interpretation? Di ba nga, tayo na nga, through the Constitution, we gave the Supreme Court the sole power to interpret the Constitution.
Yeah,
all siya lang ang authoritative interpretation of the Constitution. Not the President, not the Congress.
All questions of constitutionality
so,
within the sole authority
agreement
of the judiciary. Correct, ayan.
Di ba? Wala ka na. Kung babiwalain nyo yan, you already actually open hunting season na tayo. Wala na, the Constitution is no longer in effect because we don't subscribe to the authority given the sole power to interpret the Constitution. So, we are now entering a pivotal moment, no? Kaya mga tao, mag-isip-isip kayo. Ha? You are the arbiter, no? Can the people declare RevGov? Well, you need to have a revolution first before you have a RevGov.
Ito kasi yan. Gusto ko rin sagutin to si Uniwise Kasi sabi niya ganun, can the people declare a RevGov at that point and seat VP to be the president of RevGov? Ganun. So, kailangan mo talaga ng revolution. Ngayon, pagka nag-revolution, hindi ito kasi yung malaking problema. We have to know exactly what we wanted. Ganon. We have to know exactly what we wanted. So, kung kunwari, kagaya nung so ano ba gusto mong gawin? Power grab? So, install mo si Inday Sara na bilang maging presidente, or i-install mo si Inday Sara because you want to declare Bongbong Marcos incompetent dun sa trabaho niya. Kasi if it is the second one, it means you're just going to follow the framework of the existing constitution. Hindi yun magiging revolution. But if your intention was really to change the entire system,
hindi revolution.
Oo. Iba yun.
Then that's a revolution, diba? Magkakaroon ka ng bagong constitution, magkakaroon ka ng bagong Pero kasi
Ano
ngayon, ano na to?
In and out ka sa akin, Sas. In and out ka sa akin. Parang sobra kang delay. Ayun. Narinig niyo ba si Sas? Miss Joey, sa mga nangyayari, can we say we have constitutional crisis if people act doing people power? What if Ngagva declares ML? I mean, we should be solid and peaceful protest. Babalik rin tayo ng BBM. Ganito kasi yan. Ang revolution, mangyayari ang revolution, a successful revolution is a successful regime change. So ngayon, kapag kunwari, magmamount ka ng revolution, pagkatapos natalo ka, pwede, rebels tayong lahat. Ganun yon. Ganun yon. So, ibig sabihin, if you really want to change the system, it has to be, everyone should be committed to do it. Kasi pagka kunwari, nagapi ka nung may hawak ng power, edi we're going to be in a full-blown dictatorship. Kunwari, nag-martial law siya, pagkatapos hindi tayo kinampihan ng mga AFP, ganyan-ganyan. If that's the situation, edi defeated tayo, magiging rebels tayo lahat, so ulihin tayo lahat. Ganon, then that's a failed attempt. Ganon. So kaya nga hindi biro-biro yan yung magsasabi na, magrevolusyon na tayo. Kasi you just have one shot on that. You cannot mount a revolution and make it like parang yung testing lang, tingnan natin kung mag-work. Hindi mo pwede yung ganun kasi pag natalo ka sa revolution, criminal ka. Criminal ka pagka ganun. Ngayon yung kanina, sana mag-reconnect si Sas. Teka, isa-set. Ay, hindi na, saan na. Sana mag-reconnect si Sas. Sas, reconnect ka na. Ayun. So ngayon, kapag kunwari, choppy siya no? Oo nga. Yung magre-reconnect yan, maya-maya. Magbabayad lang siya ng internet. Magbabayad lang si Sas ng internet niya. Ayan, magre-reconnect yan. Ayun. So ngayon, ang tawag dito, yung tanong kasi kanina, pwede ba na mag-revolution tayo pagkatapos i-install natin si Inday Sara? So basically, that is going to be a power grab. And like I said, if people are going to indulge themselves dun sa mga ganong thoughts, for me, dapat alam ng mga tao kung ano exactly ang gusto niyang mangyari. What do you want is to install Inday Sara because that is the framework of the 1987 Constitution dahil siya ang magiging successor ng isang incompetent na presidente. Ganun ba ang gusto niyong gawin? Kasi if that's going to happen, it's not a revolution. It's just a power grab. You just force the the provision of the 1987 Constitution to be you just force it to happen. Na hindi, mag-succeed ka na dyan kay Bongbong Marcos kasi wala siyang kwenta. So, ibig sabihin, if that's going to happen, whatever change that we are going to foster in order to install VP Sara, that is going to be within the framework of the Constitution. Hindi yan revolution. Hindi yan revolution. So, parang magiging power grab lang yun. Ngayon, kung kunwari, ang intention naman ng mga Pilipino ay talagang to change the entire system. So, this is not limited to Inday Sara. If you are going to change the entire system, you're going to change the form of government, tatanggalin natin ng Congress, ganyan-ganyan, then that is going to be the revolution. So what do you really want? What do you really want to do? Diba? Yun ang question dyan. Yun yung question dyan. Nag-gets nyo ba? Nag-gets nyo? Yun yung dyan, what do you really want to do? Kaya nga kaya nga diba, araw-araw natin na and for me if the narrative is going to depend on me, what I wanted, if kung talagang nasa akin ang kapalaran na wala naman akong kakayahan to change the Philippine situation, no? Pero kung tatanungin, kung magi-indulge ang mga Pilipino sa isang change na ina-aspire niya, no, we have to change the system. We have a bulok system. Change the system. Find a system that would really work for us. The one that would truly have check and balances. The one that would really hold our government officials accountable. For example, ito lang how do we hold accountable our congressmen? How do we hold accountable our senators? Yung mga impeachable officers, pwede mong i-impeach. Diba? Paano mo i-impeach ang paano mo tatanggalin sa pwesto ang isang corrupt na congressman? Kakasuhan mo sa ombudsman. Pag kinasuhan mo sa ombudsman, si ombudsman i-refer sa ethics committee ng Congress. Sa ethics committee ng Congress, anong gagawin niya dyan? Uupuan lang naman niya yan. Hindi naman niya patatalsikin yung barkada niya. Diba? Same with the Senate. So this system doesn't have any accountability. Diba? This system doesn't have any accountability. Ganun. So, what do you really want to do? Kaya nga, diba, kahit si Inday Sara, sinasabi niya yan your love for the country should not be limited to the Dutertes. Inday is not the Messiah. Diba? But of course, she is a very, very good leader. But as Filipinos, we should know what we really want. Kaso, wala naman tayo sa ganun Parang, we are very, very highly partisan Diba? We are very, kagaya nito na parang natalo sa desisyon yung mga kakamping. So ngayon, ang sigaw nila is that bias, ang makaduterte ang korte, ganyan-ganyan. Ganun agad yung drama nitong mga highly educated kakampings na ito. 'Di ba? Kasi for them, the only way para maging patas ang mundo ay pagkakampihan sila. 'Di ba? 'Di ba na ombudsman si Joel 2016, o 'di ba what happened to that, Chrome? What happened to that? Ni-refer lang ng ombudsman sa Ethics Committee ng Senate. What happened? Ayun. So, unfortunately, at this point, Filipinos are, parang, hindi naman buhay ang diwa ng mga Pilipino eh. Parang, Filipinos are very highly partisan, tulog na tulog, walang, di ba? Hindi naman natin nakikita yung tunay na problema eh. Ayun. Sabi ni Daxi, you want a revolution? Lumabas ka sa bahay mo at magsimula kang mag-educate. Yeah, I agree. You tell everyone what's the real problem. Diba? You tell everyone what's the real problem. The real problem is, tangina, taon-taon, bilyon-bilyon ang budget para sa flood control, taon-taon, same problem tayo ng baha. We are not even putting a dent sa flood problem natin dito sa Pilipinas. Walang nare-resolve. That's a huge problem. Diba? That's a huge problem. Yung healthcare system natin hanggang ngayon, even with new legislation on the Universal Healthcare Act, pumunta ka sa mga district hospital. Actually, may nag-mention yan kagabi and I really want to do it. I would like to go to different district hospital, yung mga public hospital natin, so that everyone would see how bad is the situation. Diba? Is this the life that you want here in the Philippines? Tangina, mga kapwa mo Pilipino nakapila sa bangketahan para ma-accommodate sa mga public hospitals. So there are some there are real and I think the first thing that we have to overcome is we have to go beyond partisan politics. We really have to go beyond partisan politics. Wala kasing Messiah. In as much as we love Inday Sara, she is not the Messiah. Ang first kasi niya na dapat mag-emanate sa atin. Hindi ganun rin ang view niya. I am going to take the responsibility, but she cannot save everyone. She cannot save everyone. We have to save ourselves by knowing exactly what we want for this country. Ayun. Ganon. O siya, samahan niyo na ako dito. Di bagay ang democracy sa Pinoy, walang disiplina. Sabi ni Mami Laika. Ayun. So anyway, ayun na nga, yung sa impeachment ni Inday, sa impeachment na yan ni Inday, I would like everyone to take a look at it in a way na tama na, mag-celebrate tayo, ganyan-ganyan. Kasi, if we're going to stay in this system at hindi natin babaguhin tong system na to, sa 2028 na talaga ang pag-asa natin. Diba? Sa 2028 na talaga ang pag-asa natin. And even if we're going to arrive at 2028, I do not really expect massive changes. Kasi, stuck up ka pa rin dun sa sistemang, bulok eh. Diba? Nandun ka pa rin, stuck up ka pa rin dun sa sistemang bulok. So, sa totoo lang, I think Inday is going to, she would be able to really put everything in order. But just like PRRD, pag hindi na si Inday yung presidente, what's gonna happen? Diba? The PRRD scenario might repeat all over again. Ganon. So, of course, pagka hindi tayo nagbago at ganito tayo, 1987 Constitution, ganyan-ganyan, walang massive revolution na mangyayari, walang change na mangyayari, then we have to put our money on the 2028 election. And in the 2028 election, our money would be on Inday. Diba? Siya talaga yung pag-asa natin. So, but even if Inday is going to be the president, I hope you all understand that Inday can only do so much. Ayan.